A fire breaks out at a business in Pasco. Gas is present at the site, putting firefighters at a greater risk. And state lawmakers were able to come to a quick solution in a special session on the state drug possession policy.
So folks, a pretty darn nice Wednesday is on the way with more heat looming tomorrow. I'll get you prepared. My first alert weather forecast.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Jason Valentine. We've made it to Wednesday.
Halfway through the week.
It is midweek, and we had a little bit of shower activity last night in Yakima, and we're looking to be a little drier today, a little bit more sunshine as well, but temperatures kind of staying right around the mid to upper 80s. So a nice Wednesday's ahead. Let's take a look outside, and folks, hope you're having a wonderful morning so far, and do get ready for some sunshine this morning. Maybe a little bit of haze, but still looking very nice, and we're going to continue to see nice conditions today, a little bit more sunshine than we've seen the past couple of days. We still have a little bit of shower activity to the south of our areas, but we expect to be more or less dry today. Slight chance of some shower activity. If we see it, it'll be very, very quick. And again, we did see a little bit of shower activity last night in Yakima. We did expect some, and we're looking much drier today and more sunshine. Going to see highs a little bit warmer in the upper 80s for the Tri-Cities area. Look at this, just unfettered sunshine, right around 90 degrees, maybe a tick above yesterday, and Walla Walla going to be in those mid 80s. So as we get into tomorrow, we're going to see more upper 80s to mid to lower 90s as we head into a very hot Friday and Saturday, but cooler temperatures on the way as well. I'll get you ready for that in my full forecast. It's coming up, but for right now, let's send it back to Jill.
Many fire crews responded to a fire at Oxark Inc. yesterday, a welding supply store in Pasco, after a fire broke out in an acetylene room. Gases held in the business created a hazard for crews. Pasco Fire was working with the company to shut off any gas so that crews could safely get inside and put out the fire. This was different from a typical fire due to the nature of the gas, which causes a different type of fire and smoke activity.
So even though that room is actually designed for manufacturing acetylene, there are other pipelines of other gases that run through there. That's why you keep seeing different releases. We're trying to get those vented out, so without venting them all together at the same time. So you'll keep seeing different releases of columns, and then the fire does start to kick up at different times based on heat buildup in the room and stuff. So they can't get in there and actively fight fire until we get all those gases cleared out.
Parts of A Street and Oregon Avenue were closed down, and everyone east of the fire was asked to stay indoors due to the vapors and fumes being released. We continue to track more than 100 wildfires burning in Western Canada right now. Reuters reports around 24 are still burning out of control just in Alberta. And weather conditions this week could make the situation even worse. Tens of thousands of people had to leave their homes, and hundreds of firefighters from here in the United States are helping to try and get those fires under control. State lawmakers began a special session of the legislature yesterday on a state drug possession policy. The original law was set to expire July 1st, and lawmakers weren't able to agree on a replacement during the regular session. So Governor Inslee called them back to the Capitol to continue the work. The legislature approved a bipartisan bill that makes it a gross misdemeanor to use drugs in public or possess small amounts of drugs. If you are caught with illegal substances, the proposal says police and prosecutors should do everything they can to get you into treatment instead of sending you straight to jail. But if you don't follow the treatment program, there will be consequences. A similar proposal failed to pass the House before the end of the session. This time around, the House did pass a compromise version of the bill. Governor Inslee signed the bill within hours of the final vote. Governor Inslee also signed a series of budget bills. Those include a $59 billion two-year state operating budget that he said would help provide relief and recovery from the widespread effects of the pandemic. Inslee also signed an $11.8 billion transportation budget and a $6.3 billion state construction budget. The state construction budget includes money to build 33 new schools and to add buildings to community college campuses and behavioral health facilities around the state. The transportation budget will add jobs in highway construction. Work in Oregon's state Senate is still on hold as Republican senators once again refused to attend yesterday's floor session. Oregon's Senate committees can keep working, but without 2/3 of the lawmakers present, proposals ultimately can't advance. Republican senators said nearly 2 weeks ago they walked out to protest bills that were written with complicated language. But they're now demanding that proposals on abortion and gender-affirming care be taken off the table, and Democrats say that's not an option. Yakima Police Department started off National Police Week by remembering 245 fallen officers from 2022 in a ceremony at Sarge Hubbard Park. 4 of the officers who died were working at police departments or sheriff's offices in Washington state. They also honored another 4 retired YPD officers who died last year. Yakima Police Chief Matt Murray says the annual ceremony is a chance to honor the sacrifice made by those officers and by the families they had to leave behind.
For me, I'm also, remembering officers who died over my career that I knew in my time in Denver. So it's just we always say we never forget, and that's what this is a reminder not to forget.
YPD also honored a K-9 officer who died last year. We'll have more coming up later on Good Morning Northwest. There's a new brewery open in Selah called Outskirts Brewing Company that's hoping to bring something special to the community. The owners say they wanted to create a gathering place open to families and people of all ages, complete with a full restaurant offering burgers, steaks, and other American fare. They've also got an outdoor patio with a lawn, a bar, a tap room, and the brewery itself. They say it's designed to be first class for the working class.
We all have young families, and it's nice to be able to provide that for our community, have a place where the whole family can come and enjoy themselves and cut loose and enjoy the nature and enjoy the beauty out here.
They're located at 707 Test Drive Lane and open 11 to 10 Monday through Saturday and 11 to 9 on Sunday. Cap KVUE is giving you the chance to win tickets to Saturday's Dust Devils game at Geisa Stadium. And as a bonus, after the game, stick around for fireworks. To enter, click on contests at yaktrynews.com. 3 lucky viewers each get a family 4-pack of tickets to the game. We'll choose winners at random on Thursday, so enter now and good luck. We'll return in just a moment, but first, Jason Valentine joins us live now for another quick look at weather.
Folks, we did have some precipitation in the Yakima Valley. Look at this fog we have right now, 10% visibility in Toppenish. We do have fog in some places. I'll get to that, but more sunshine on the way today as well. Your forecast is coming right up.
And it's pretty common knowledge that there are health benefits to exercise, but a recent study shows that physical activity may be even better for your respiratory health than initially thought. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
At Vapiano, we invite you to slow down, enjoy the journey. Make a reservation today. Taste wine where it's created. Sample a variety of wines from Sauvignon Blanc, Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah, and make it a day to remember. Vapiano Estates, Walla Walla.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing. But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
Join us at Sunset Gardens as we celebrate Memorial Day all weekend long. Sunday and Monday, tour the grounds and get free hot dogs at our event center from 11 to 2. Monday, May 29th, the celebration starts at 11 with speaker and veterans advocate Tiffany Smiley, skydivers, snow cones, music, and more. As always, we'll raise over 1,000 flags. Celebrate Memorial Day with the Tri-Cities premier funeral home and cemetery, Sunset Gardens.
There's no other word quite like home, because it's more than any specific place. It could be in the team spirit that keeps your heart pounding the whole drive over the mountains. It could be in the friendships that make you able to laugh at yourself. It's a feeling, a belonging, and that's really different for everyone. So while we can't define what home is to you, what we can do is help you get there.
Find your way home today in a new Mazda from McCurley Mazda.
Time for a new roof? Let Eminent Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. All roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again.
With the heat and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Call today to receive 0% financing on approved credit.
So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Watch me. Watch me grapple, move, and pin. When I hit the mat, don't underestimate the grin. I've got state championships and medals to show. But it's about more than just winning. This you should know. Overcoming odds through therapy and care. The road was long. Now opponents beware. Watch me. Game-changing sports medicine at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
What do we do?
I told you I loved you, and you pretended not to hear me.
And the way is not clear.
What the hell happened?
Hey, everyone!
Oh my god!
Where do we go from here?
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
Portion of Cap KVU sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back, everyone. It is 5:11 on this Wednesday morning. Well, here's another reason to add exercise to your schedule. It could help you from dying from the flu and pneumonia. According to a recent study, exercising can cut down your chances from dying from influenza and pneumonia by 48%. Researchers relied on survey data of more than 570,000 people from the United States National Health Interview Survey between 1998 and 2018. The people were categorized into groups based on how well they met the recommended amount of exercise. Researchers found that meeting both recommendations for aerobic and muscle strengthening activity cut the risk associated with the flu or pneumonia death nearly in half. Meaning just the aerobic activity target lowers your risk by 36%. Well, the U.S. does not have enough doctors and nurses to treat the population. In areas where a health workforce shortage has been identified, the U.S. currently needs more than 17,000 additional primary care practitioners, 12,000 dental health practitioners, and more than 8,000 mental health practitioners. That's according to data from the Health Resources and Services Administration received from state offices and health departments. The healthcare workforce shortage is more acute in Black and brown communities. Leaders of historically Black medical schools are calling for more funding to train a more diverse workforce. They say having a healthcare workforce that reflects the communities served would help reduce the health inequities in the U.S. Coming up, Congress held a hearing yesterday on the future of artificial intelligence in the United States. And folks, I'll return with a look at your first alert weather forecast. We have a little fog in areas this morning, but a nice day is ahead. You're watching Good Morning Northwest. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
100% ribeye beef in a burger. Yep, 100% ribeye beef in a burger. My Ribeye Steakhouse burgers, all the flavor of a juicy ribeye steak in a burger. Did I mention they're made with 100% ribeye beef?
When it comes to supplying the farm, come to Northwest Farm Supply. Your hometown store has a wide selection of everything egg-related. Plus, we're the largest Purina dealer in Hermiston. Products you trust from people who care. Northwest Farm Supply in Prosser, Hermiston, and Othello.
What do you do when your employee gets hurt on the job? Here's a story about Jay. He got hurt at work and couldn't perform his normal duties. That's rough, but there's good news. You see, Jay works for TISA, and TISA wants to do right by her employee. She knows all about L&I's Stay at Work program, so TISA gets to keep a valuable employee like Jay on the payroll doing a light-duty job while he heals. And TISA gets reimbursed half of Jay's wages, up to $10,000. Now, that's what we call a win-win. Learn more at lni.wa.gov/stay at work.
You work hard for your money, and now you can get up to $1,200 back on state taxes you already paid with the Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Cut your ties to the fuel pump with an all-electric vehicle from Overturf Kia. You'll find a great selection of new vehicles in stock now. Lease a 2023 all-electric Kia EV6 Wind with all-wheel drive for just $579 per month, or purchase for $53,849. Take delivery today or reserve a car that's on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and Hermiston. Every location is conveniently located, and now Smoke City for Less Hermiston has relocated to North 1st Street by AutoZone. An easy turnoff at $3.95 and you are there. For the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. Open 7 days a week, 5 locations, Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and the new location in Hermiston, off $3.95. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Make your first move with battery power made by Steel. Right now, save $50 on the FSA 57 battery trimmer. Real Steel. Find yours.
Miranda tweets, I've had trust issues since Jack in the Box discontinued French toast sticks. We'll open that circle of trust again, Miranda, because my French toast sticks are back in 3 or 6 pieces. But then they'll be gone again. It's a pattern. French toast sticks are back starting at $2.
Live with Kelly and Mark today at 9 on Cap KView.
Now, Cap KView First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Welcome to midweek. Well, folks, we're seeing a little bit of fog in the Toppenish area. My goodness, we are seeing humidity, which started to spike last night into this morning. So a little bit of pockets of fog. I'll get to that in a bit. But we're going to be looking at that burning off as we move along in the morning. And so more sunshine today. It is looking drier, and we are heating up tomorrow. And the tomorrow heat is going to continue into Friday and Saturday. And then we'll see a bit of a cool down as we get to Sunday and into our next work week. So a lot going on, folks. So let's get you prepared. Right now, our highs, our currents, a little bit cooler than they were yesterday at this time. Hot spot, Hermiston. Other than that, mid to lower 50s, 59 for Pendleton, 50 for Ellensburg. So our temperature trend for today, our highs are going to be pretty much on par with what we saw yesterday and Monday, right around the mid to upper 80s to around 90 degrees. This is for the Tri-Cities, still well above our average, and we're going to get to those upper 90s by the time we get to Friday and Saturday, and then that cool down will be coming as we get into Sunday and into our next work week. We're going to be right around our average as we get to Monday and Tuesday. So if you're not a fan of this heat, we are going to be getting a bit of relief very soon. So we are having some visibility issues right now. We showed you Toppenish. They have about a mile of visibility right now. Prosser seeing a little bit of fog this morning, and Connell as well. Tri-City seeing a little bit of haze, so just keep an eye out for that. But as we move along in our morning, the sunshine should start to beat that fog away. So take a look at our Skywatch radar. Just a bit of shower activity to the south of our areas. We are looking to be much more dry today. Yakima Valley saw some shower activity in the evening hours last night. So as we move along in our Wednesday, mostly sunny conditions. We'll see a little bit of cloud coverage. And as we head into our evening hours, Blue Mountains, the upper elevations and the Cascades seeing a bit of shower activity, but our area should be staying dry. If we do see a rogue shower or two, it'll be very, very quick. We could see a little bit of shower returning to Ellensburg and Yakima as we get into tomorrow evening. Other than that, we're looking fine. We should be staying dry as we head into our Friday and Saturday. So nice conditions, folks, are on the way. Plenty of sunshine is on deck. So wind speeds very light, and we do expect it to be staying light as we move into at least the next couple of days. We'll see it rise as we start to cool down on Sunday and Monday, between 10 and 20 mile per hour winds. Still no real wind events on the way. So our highs today, we're in the mid to upper 80s, pretty much where we've been for all this work week. Over in the mid-Columbia, a couple of 90s, Hanford and Tri-Cities. Other than that, mid to upper 80s. And in the Blue Mountain region, we're right where we have been all this week, mid-80s. But we are going to start to warm up tomorrow. So for the Yakima region, we get back to the 90s tomorrow and then mid-90s for Friday and Saturday. Cooling down into our next work week. Still very nice conditions on the way. Overnight lows will be in the 60s till we cool down as well as our highs overnight Sunday into Monday morning. In the Tri-Cities area, 94 by Thursday, and then let's just say mid 90s for Friday and Saturday, and then cooling down into our next work week, but more sunshine is on the way. So folks, Prosser, Toppenish, even in Connell, you're dealing with some fog this morning that should be burning off as the day goes on. Do get ready for more sunshine today, drier conditions, should be a nice Wednesday ahead.
The co-founder of OpenAI is calling for congressional oversight over artificial intelligence. OpenAI is the maker of the increasingly popular ChatGPT platform. Experts warning that AI could pose significant harm to the world in the wrong hands. ABC's Justin Finch with more.
On Capitol Hill, one of the most prominent names in artificial intelligence urging Congress to regulate AI before it's too late.
My worst fears are that the field, the technology, the industry, cause significant harm to the world.
OpenAI co-founder and CEO Sam Altman urging senators to create a regulatory system specifically for artificial intelligence.
I can't recall when we've had people representing large corporations or private sector entities come before us and plead with us to regulate them.
OpenAI launched the ChatGPT platform last year, quickly drawing 1 million users, all eager to ask the chatbot questions about everything from vacation planning to homework. But AI can also be used to manipulate audio, video, and images to create real-looking but fake content. Altman and others pressuring Congress to act quickly.
Democracy itself is threatened. Chatbots will also clandestinely shape our opinions, potentially exceeding what social media can do.
Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates says Washington can't afford to be hands-off on AI.
You're never going to have every politician understanding it. They won't be the experts, but they have to be part of that discussion.
And in Turkey's close presidential runoff election, a potential preview of those AI fears. A Turkish opposition candidate is accusing Russia of creating AI-generated images and video that make it appear as if he's friendly with Kurdish militants weeks before poll sites in Turkey reopen. More than $120 million in grants aim to bring high-speed internet to Washington residents who don't have it. According to Washington State's broadband office, the grants will support 19 projects across the state. The Franklin County PUD will receive more than $4.8 million. Kittitas County will get more than $11 million. Yakima County will also receive more than $11 million. All the grant money goes to support specific projects. The agency says these grants will help nearly 15,000 Washingtonians get high-speed broadband access. The Biden administration is investing $11 billion to bring more clean energy to rural America. The White House says this would help families keep the lights and heat on during extreme weather events like heat waves, floods, and winter storms. The funding is available through the Inflation Reduction Act. The administration says this is the single largest investment in electrifying rural areas since the Franklin D. Roosevelt presidency. 80% of plastic pollution could be wiped out in 2 decades. That's according to a report from the United Nations. Plastic production has soared in the last few decades, and waste management systems have not kept the pace. The world generated 139 million metric tons of single-use plastic waste in 2021. The UN has created a roadmap to dramatically reduce plastic pollution. It focuses on 3 strategies: reusing, recycling, and alternative materials. Fossil fuels are used to make nearly all plastics. The report urges an end to fossil fuel subsidies, which makes it cheaper to make new plastic products and disincentivizes recycling and using alternate materials. Representatives from across the globe will gather in Paris later this month to try and create an international plastics treaty to address plastics from production to disposal. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, a Nigerian chef goes viral after streaming her attempt to cook for 100 straight hours.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right. all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
At the Blue Mountain Station in Dayton, Washington, we invest in community. Our partners include Sweet Cheeks Bake Shop, Cedar Rain Spirits, Onyx Farms, Ray's Roast, Red Band Cellars, Bard and Bead Meadery, and the Co-op and Commercial Kitchen. We invite you to explore Dayton today.
This is how legends 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $2,500 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your community Chevy dealers.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Hurry in and save up to $200 on a set of 4 tires, plus get an extra $50 off with financing. Les Schwab Tires.
There's no other word quite like home, because it's more than any specific place. It could be in the team spirit that keeps your heart pounding the whole drive over the mountains. It could be in the friendships that make you able to laugh at yourself. It's a feeling, a belonging, and that's really different for everyone. So while we can't define what home is to you, what we can do is help you get there.
Find your way home in a new Subaru from McCurley Subaru.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Homeowners, Washington is moving to renewable power. Consider an investment in green energy. Rooftop solar with Solar Power Northwest, a true one-stop shop. Solar Power Northwest, a better way to solar.
E.T. followed by Extra tonight at 7 on Cap KVU.
Just imagine the amount of dishes to wash after this epic effort. A Nigerian chef cooked nonstop for 100 hours in an attempt to set a world record.
It's a lot of dishes to watch as well.
Watch and wash.
Heidi Ifeon Bassi started cooking Thursday and didn't stop until Monday.
Oh my goodness.
Talk about a weekend, creating more than 55 recipes and 100 meals designed to showcase the best of Nigerian cuisine. A little sleep deprivation couldn't slow her down. She danced and waved at supporters throughout the marathon kitchen session.
The Guinness World Record Committee still hasn't confirmed if Bassi will become the record holder. The current record is 87 hours and 45 minutes. It was set in 2019 by Indian chef Lata Tondon. Tondon posted a message of support to Bassi during her attempt.
Bassi says her motivation for trying to break the current record is to put Nigerian food on the map. I think she has done that quite well, and let's hope she gets the record. That would be sad if she went through all that.
That's a lot of cooking to do.
That's a lot of cooking.
I hope she has a lot of mouths to feed.
Yes. What's the longest you've been up?
Up? Oh,
yes.
Maybe like 36 hours.
I'm around, I think I made it to 48 one time, but
wow.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Oh my goodness. I like my sleep though. I don't want to do that again.
Yes, I don't want to do that again as well. All right, folks, a quick look outside. We're still dealing with some fog in areas, but it's starting to see a little bit more on our SkyCam. All of your forecasts is coming up.
And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, there's a spotlight on security for federal officials after an intruder managed to make it into the home of the president's national security advisor. And a new bill introduced by Democratic lawmakers proposes the expansion of the United States Supreme Court.
In
today's Tech Bites, a new report says YouTube recommendations are steering kids to gun-related videos. Researchers posing as 9 and 14-year-olds found that YouTube's algorithm pushed the content to boys interested in video games. It included school shootings and guides on converting guns to automatic weapons. YouTube has not commented on the report. Google is adopting a use it or lose it policy with its accounts. Users who haven't logged into Gmail, Photos, and other apps for at least 2 years will see those accounts disappear. The process will start in December. Finally, Apple is making it easier to find local concerts. The new set list section on Apple Music lets users find an artist's upcoming shows and see what songs they're playing on tour. And a new Maps feature shows future gigs at venues in major cities, including New York, LA, and Chicago. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Can I help you?
I wanted to mail this.
Okay. Layla is our messenger pigeon. What?
Oh my God.
This is mostly secure. Mostly. Fairly secure. Yes, sir.
This is crazy.
You know what else is crazy? That SMS text that he's sending? It's unencrypted. Other people might see your text just like other people might see that letter.
You're kidding.
No.
Can you get to that? I wanna know if you can get to that. Can you get?
Okay, everyone, our mission is complete balanced nutrition. Together, we provide nutrients to support immune, muscle, bone, and heart health.
Ensure with 25 vitamins and minerals. Enter the $10,000 Nourishing Moments giveaway. Now's the time to find the lowest prices of the season on everything you need to pack for a vacation or relax on staycation. Kohl's.
After an intruder managed to make his way into the home of the White House's top security advisor, the Secret Service is launching an investigation into what went wrong. And a new bill introduced by Democratic lawmakers looks to expand the Supreme Court of the United States.
Folks, some of our cities need a foghorn this morning, but we have a nice Wednesday on the way. You've made it to midweek, everyone. I'll get you prepared. My first alert weather forecast.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Jason Valentine. You have made it to Wednesday.
Yes.
It is midweek.
What a contrast from yesterday. Just bright, beautiful skies
Yes.
yesterday, and now we've got the fog.
We have the fog. Now, only in a couple of our areas,
That's right.
but you could definitely feel that humidity last night. And, well, that's helping cause the fog this morning. But the sunshine is going to burn it away as we move along in the morning. Let's take a look outside. Again, this is our Toppenish Legends Casino Sky Cam. And we're starting to see a little bit more visibility than we have. And we still have a little bit of fog to talk about. Connell, Prosser area, and even the Tri-Cities at half visibility, but still seeing plenty. So as we look at our radar, we have a little bit of shower activity to the south of our areas, but our areas are going to be staying much drier. We did see some shower activity in the Yakima Valley area last night, so that is actually helping with the humidity and seeing a little bit of fog in places. So more sunshine today than we've seen for Monday and Tuesday, but the temperature is staying about the same, mid to upper 80s for all of our areas to lower 90s. Again, folks, maybe a bit of cloud coverage for Yakima as we get along in the day, right around the 90-degree mark for the Tri-Cities, and over in the Blue Mountain region, sticking in those mid 80s. We do have warmer conditions tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, by Friday into our weekend, but then a big cool down on the way. So folks, can't wait to get you prepared for your weekend, but for right now, let's send it back to Jill.
Now to a developing story from Washington. The Secret Service investigating a breach at the home of a top White House official. It's just the latest concerning development when it comes to the security of U.S. officials and lawmakers amid a spike in reported threats. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has more.
This morning, the Secret Service is investigating how a man was able to get inside the home of Jake Sullivan, President Biden's national security advisor. A spokesperson says the man entered Sullivan's Washington home around 3 a.m. through an unlocked door, even though Sullivan has round-the-clock Secret Service protection. Sources say the man appeared intoxicated and, after being confronted by Sullivan, left within minutes, possibly not knowing where he was. Leadership at the Secret Service is reportedly furious.
The Secret Service has ordered a comprehensive investigation into what went wrong, both from a personnel standpoint and in terms of technology. I'm told changes have already been made, and depending on the results of the investigation, agents could be held accountable.
It comes amid growing concerns about security for federal officials and their families. Attacks and threats on lawmakers are up 400% in the last 6 years. On Monday, police say a man entered the office of Virginia Congressman Jerry Connolly and attacked 2 staff members with a metal bat. Prosecutors filed a hate crime charge against the suspect for this earlier incident when he was seen chasing a woman, allegedly asking if she was white before smashing her windshield.
He's obviously somebody suffering from serious mental illness.
Earlier this year, police arrested a man for assaulting Minnesota Congresswoman Angie Craig in the elevator of her D.C. apartment. And a staffer for Senator Rand Paul was stabbed, leaving a D.C. restaurant in what police describe as a random attack.
Drop the hammer. Nope. Hey.
And the most high-profile of recent cases, a man with a hammer attacking former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband in their San Francisco home. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
And back to Jake Sullivan. National security advisors were given 24/7 protection in 2021 after the FBI uncovered a plot against former Trump advisor John Bolton. New legislation that would expand the U.S. Supreme Court introduced yesterday by Democratic lawmakers.
This is common sense, and it exercises the power the Constitution gives to Congress to set the number of Supreme Court justices. By expanding the court, we can restore balance to the court, repair the damage done by these extreme right-wing partisan groups that do not represent the citizens of this country, and we can protect our democracy.
If passed, the legislation would expand the court from 9 justices to 13. Adding seats to the High Court remains a controversial proposal and will likely face significant opposition. A group of Democratic lawmakers called for 4 additional Supreme Court justices last summer after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, the ruling that legalized abortion. Jason Valentine is here now with a look at your forecast.
Looks a little bit of humidity and fog in places this morning. Other than that, we have a beautiful Wednesday on the way with more heat on the way this weekend. I'll get you prepared. My first alert forecast, it's coming up.
And after weeks of being unable to make any progress on a solution to the national debt limit, lawmakers appear to be moving forward on how to address the problem.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing. But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
Pure Filtration Products is your Inland Northwest air quality specialist. We offer filtration products for all your commercial, industrial, and manufacturing needs. From cooling towers to industrial dust collection systems, commercial buildings, schools, hospitals, or manufacturing facilities, we have you covered. Call today and schedule your free facility site evaluation. We'll send a certified air filter specialist to your site to evaluate your filter requirements. Call or click today. Pure Filtration Products.
Get 2.9% APR for 36 months plus $1,500 purchase allowance on an XT5 and XT6 when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
Anyone can get injured at work.
At Bothwell and Hamel, we help workers from all walks of life get workers' compensation benefits.
Laborers, machinists, welders, carpenters, healthcare providers, office personnel, and more. If you were hurt, we want to help.
If you can't work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call toll-free 1-888-665-8630. Bothwell and Hamel.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Out now and posted on Bi-Mart.com. Our 16-page book has store-wide savings in every department. Find what you need for spring home projects, inside and out, for less. Plus, find more membership savings in sporting goods, pantry essentials, and more. Save now with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart, your employee-owned membership store.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
Portion of Cap KVU sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
On it's 5:39 this Wednesday morning. Well, President Joe Biden is leaving for Japan today in order to attend the G7 summit, but he's planning to cut the international trip shorter than originally planned in order to continue talks with the U.S. debt limit on his mind with top congressional leaders. John Lawrence reports.
There's a little bit of cautious optimism swirling over Washington, D.C.
It's looking much better. Yeah, you see it.
President Joe Biden, in a statement Tuesday, said while more work remains, there is a path to a responsible bipartisan budget agreement on the U.S. debt ceiling crisis.
We don't have much time, but default is just the worst alternative.
This potential bridge comes after a months-long standoff where the White House wanted the debt ceiling raised without strings attached.
There's things we agree and disagree, but I think we could find common ground, especially when you look at the Limit, Save, Grow bill.
House Republicans offered a $1.5 trillion boost to the debt limit, but with cuts to some domestic programs.
We can't default on the country's debt. But having said that, I think we should seize this opportunity to talk about how we can reduce the rate of growth of spending and debt accumulation.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says if Congress doesn't raise the debt limit, the U.S. could default as soon as June 1st. And some say if that happens,
it's not hard to see us definitely going into recession instead of just possibly going into recession. It's not hard to see markets crater by substantial double-digit amounts.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Treasury Secretary Yellen is scheduled to meet with bank CEOs on Thursday, and their discussions are expected to include the debt ceiling and the banking crisis. We have new information about plans to relieve some of the pressure on SeaTac Airport. The Seattle Times reports a commission that was supposed to make a recommendation next month about where to build a new airport will not be moving forward. That could be good news for the city of Yakima. Officials there are hoping to convince the state to expand the Yakima Airport rather than building a new one. The Commercial Aviation Coordinating Commission had recommended 3 places on the west side for building a new airport, but they faced extreme opposition compared to the attitude in Yakima, where advocates say they would welcome expansion. This week, Governor Inslee signed a proposal creating a new work group that will continue working on a solution. Coming up, today's a big day for disabled students in the Richland School District as they get ready for the Lamb Weston RSD Field Day. And folks, I'll return next with a look at your first alert weather forecast. Some fog in places this morning, but more sunshine is on the way. Your forecast is next. Stick with us.
This newscast sponsored by wagrant.org. That's wagrant.org. From Cap KVU, Apple Valley Eats.
I do quite a few cupcakes. We rotate about 10 flavors a day. Our signature cupcake is red velvet, and our top 10, of course, is Dr. Pepper, red velvet, chocolate overload, strawberry cheesecake, lemon cheesecake, Bavarian cream, pina colada, salted caramel, and confetti. We're the only soul food deli in the Tri-Cities, and we sell the traditional Louisiana soul food, red beans and rice, macaroni and cheese, collard greens and cornbread, barbecue pork, we do barbecue chicken, jambalaya, etouffee. We don't always have those things, but we do rotate them in and out. And now we're kind of looking at maybe doing some alligator. Well, it started when I was fascinated about the cupcake craze that started about 2004, 2005. So I rented a space at Pasco Specialty Kitchen and started making cupcakes and going out there on Saturday. And they did really, really well. We did that for a couple of years, and then the director of the market suggested I go out and start a storefront. So we started looking for a space that we could afford. So we've been around going on 23 years now. So we're the oldest cupcake store in the Tri-States and the best.
At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, plus Saturdays for when the week gets to be too full. West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, stunning smiles for the whole family.
This all-new Aria is an elegant EV.
Yeah, with 389 horsepower. And all-wheel drive.
It's beautiful.
It's a beast.
It's electric.
With an edge.
Oh, let's go with that.
Get a low $429 per month lease or get 2.99% financing for 36 months on the all-new Aria.
Your roof protects your home and family every day. Shouldn't it be the best roof possible? With Air Roofing, a family-owned business in Prosser, you'll see why our customer reviews speak for themselves. No job too small, big enough to take care of your roofing needs. Air Roofing, a company built on quality and reputation.
Did you know that Astria Health offers the latest technology in robotic surgery with the Da Vinci Xi? Robotic surgeries are more precise and less invasive than even laparoscopic surgeries. There is less blood loss during surgery, and patients heal more quickly, getting them back to living life sooner. Ask your primary care provider for a referral to General Surgeon Dr. Ernesto Dizon or Dr. Manuel Ibanez at Astria Sunnyside Hospital to learn more. Astria Health, always here.
Now, Cap KVU First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Hope you've had a wonderful morning so far and a nice Tuesday. Nice Wednesday is ahead, but you can see just a little bit of haze out there, a little bit of fog, especially in the Toppenish area, Connell and Prosser area. So give yourself a little extra time in those areas. I'll get to that in a bit. So more sunshine today, and that sun is going to help burning off that fog. But we've quite a bit of humidity in our areas this morning. Saw some shower activity, especially in the Yakima Valley last night. So kind of sticking with us, but it is looking drier as we're moving along into today and heating up tomorrow for most of our areas, if not heating up on your Friday. So current temperatures, we're in the mid 50s, a little cooler than it has been, but a little warmer for northeastern Oregon. 62 for Hermiston, 59 for Pendleton. Our cool spot, still warm, 50 degrees for Ellensburg. So our temperature trend for the Tri-Cities, we're looking to be 90 today and just continue up that track. So as we get to Friday and Saturday, all of our areas at worst will be in the upper 80s, but mostly mid to lower 90s. So hot conditions on the way this weekend, but then we drop off as we get into Sunday and especially as we get into our next work week, just kind of hugging the average for this time of year, which for the Tri-Cities is 77. So do get ready for continually warming temperatures. So folks, we do have some fog in areas. You can see it in the Tri-Cities. We're hampered. We have 5 miles of visibility as opposed to perfect, which is 10. Hanford seeing some fog. Prosser at 0 visibility. We have about a mile of or less of visibility in Toppenish. So keep an eye out for fog this morning as we are a bit humid this morning, but things will be burning off as we move along in our morning hours. So Skywatch radar, we are free and clear for most of our areas. Just a little bit of shower activity to our south. As we head into our future cast, we could see a bit of shower activity upper elevations of the Blues into our evening hours and in the upper elevations of the Cascades. Our areas, though, staying dry. If we do see a rogue storm come in, it'll be very, very quick if it does. So for tomorrow evening, we could see a little bit more precipitation, just like last night, come through Yakima and near the Ellensburg area. That'll move along pretty quickly and looking pretty much dry besides our outlying areas as we head into Friday and into our weekend. So as we look at our wind speeds, we're staying light, and we're going to continue to stay light for tomorrow until we get to Sunday, where we're going to see about 10 to 20 mile per hour winds. Still not that much, but still some breezy conditions as we start to cool down into our next work week. So our highs today, we're in the mid to upper 80s for the Kittitas and Yakima Valley areas. Very nice as we move over into the mid-Columbia. 90s for Hanford and Tri-Cities. Other than that, mid to upper 80s and mid 80s again for the Blue Mountain region. Pretty much similar temperatures Monday, Tuesday, and today, and we'll see that warm up starting tomorrow. So 91 for the Yakima region tomorrow, and then we'll be in the mid 90s for Saturday and Sunday. And then we cool down to mid-80s by Sunday and upper 70s Monday and Tuesday. But still, folks, looking at very nice conditions on the way. Overnight lows sticking in the 60s until we get into our next work week. In the Tri-Cities area, 94 for your Thursday, and then mid-90s for Friday and Saturday before that cool off. So, folks, we are dealing with a little bit of fog and humid conditions this morning, so be aware of that. But the sun will burn it off as we move along in our morning hours. Do get ready for a pretty nice Wednesday ahead.
It was signing day for 8 students in the Kennewick School District yesterday as they signed commitment letters for a first-of-its-kind program. The Teaching Bridge program is a partnership between Kennewick School District and WSU Tri-Cities. The program is a way for high school students who are interested in careers in education to have a pathway to college. Student Seth Keller, who goes to Kamiakin High School, says a program like this was just what he was looking for as he plans for his future.
I think the education system means like a helping hand in everybody's lives to make sure they get equal playing field with everybody, no matter what your background is, and I think it really helped with me.
Keller says he also hopes after he graduates with a special education degree to go back to work at Kamiakin, saying it's his favorite place to learn thanks to the teachers who inspired him to get into education. Well, today there is a chance to cheer on some student athletes. That's at the Lamb Weston RSD Field Day. It's a track and field event for students with disabilities. Yesterday morning, Lamb Weston presented a $5,000 check to the Richland School District for the event. Lamb Weston is one of the sponsors for the event, and they helped to get the students ready for the big event later on this morning.
We make French fries, so we're also going to have our French fry truck there. So you'll have fries as well tomorrow. So does anybody here like French fries?
Cap KVU's Riley Fitzgerald joins us live here in studio to tell us all about Field Day happening later today. Riley, you talked to organizers. What have they told you about the event?
Well, hundreds of Richland School District students from kindergarten to 12th grade are participating in this year's Lamb Weston RSD Field Day, which is taking place in just a few hours. These athletes with disabilities are taking part in more than 30 track and field sporting events, as well as non-competitive activities. Scott Pipo is one of the organizers for this event. He says the preparation is more than worth putting it all together.
Going into the buildings with the uniforms and seeing the kids and hearing from the teachers and the administrators and the secretaries about the excitement and the energy, and just know that the kids, I mean, it's like the best day of the year for everyone, and students are really enthusiastic about it, and it really makes all the months of preparation worth it.
And another important part is that the public is invited to attend the Lamb Weston RSD Field Day to cheer on these student athletes. It's happening today from 9 to 2 o'clock at Fran Risch Stadium in Richland. It's free, and they want the stadium to be filled with people. Coming up, more about what to expect from the event this morning. Live in studio, I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
Thank you, Riley. When we come back, a 17-year-old umpire comes to the rescue in a Little League game after a player is trapped in a dust devil at the plate.
Having a tough time finding the right vehicle at the right price? Don't worry. At Spec Buick GMC, we've got it. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned truck, affordable SUV, or a quality pre-owned sedan, we've got it. How about low interest rates and the best prices? When it comes to great deals, we've got it. Visit us today on Sandifer Parkway off the Road 100 exit in Pasco and see for yourself. Spec Buick GMC, a family automotive tradition since 1912.
When great food meets delivery, people just smile. Taste and See Deli in Yakima offers delicious catering that's home cooked like family. And whether you need a dozen box lunches or 100 breakfast burritos, we've got you covered. Give us a call or stop by. Taste and See Deli.
Whether you're looking for your next houseplant, getting those spring flowers in the ground, or planting your dream garden landscape, Queensgate Gardens is the place to go. Queensgate Gardens in Richland. Let's grow together.
I really started looking around thinking, you know, there must be a ton of chefs doing things, and although we have a lot of great restaurants here in town, I thought that there was a space for maybe one more person with a chefing background, you know. We're working with a buddy of mine, Adam, that has Columbia Basin Beef, And we're using Holstein animals that are being raised right here in Sunnyside. And what we do is we take a certain amount of those animals and we feed them a little more generously to get what we call chef grazed beef. So it's a little higher quality. You see a lot more marbling, what you would see in like a prime quality or prime plus beef. And we have that all processed out at a USDA certified plant, so that I was able to work with all the butchers, get everything cut and processed exactly the way I want. So we're just now starting. This is the infancy. These are actually the first, coming from the first 5 animals that we've worked with. So we're pretty happy so far, and we'll continue to keep them well fed and keep fattening them to where we get exactly how we want it. We do what we call Cigars Under the Stars. So every month, every first Thursday, we have a collection of people that just keeps growing, and the whole outside is turned into basically a big outdoor cigar and whiskey lounge.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade, it's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy, it's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
Mental health services at Prosser Memorial Health's primary care clinics.
All right, good Wednesday morning, everyone. Let's head closer to home, and we have a pretty nice day today. Temperatures are staying on par with where we've been Monday and Tuesday, mid to upper 80s pretty much across the board. We're going to see a little bit more sunshine today as well, though we're seeing some fog in areas this morning. Toppenish, Prosser area, Connell, so keep an eye out for that fog. Give yourself a little extra time if you run into that. Mostly sunny skies for the mid-Columbia. And over in the Blue Mountain region, maybe a little bit more cloud coverage, but we're looking very nice for your Wednesday. Those warmer temperatures start either tomorrow or Friday as we head into a very hot, at least Saturday ahead. I'll get you ready for that in my full forecast that's coming up.
A scary scene at a youth baseball game over the weekend. A short-lived dust devil in Florida engulfed a young catcher.
Thankfully, a quick-thinking teen stepped in to help the boy to safety. Khalil Maycock has the story and the video.
A seemingly normal tournament on this baseball field quickly turned into something else.
That is cool right there.
Within seconds, the wind started picking up and a dust devil formed. It quickly engulfed 7-year-old Bauer Zoya.
I couldn't breathe that much, so I held my breath, and I feel like I couldn't touch the ground, so I kind of lifted up a little bit.
Even though Zoya was only in the dust devil for a few seconds, he says it felt like he was in there for 10 minutes.
And I was scared, and I got afraid if someone would pull me out.
The person who did end up coming to Zoya's rescue was 17-year-old Aiden Wiles, the umpire.
I was worried about his safety because when I got taught, like, the player's safety is always the first thing.
Wiles says although he was initially a little afraid, he knew it was best for him to put his fear aside. The Dust Devil happened in the second game of a 3-game tournament at Fort Caroline. Zoya says the dust didn't stop him from continuing to play. His dad poured water on him to get the dirt out of his eyes, and then he went back in the game. And he believes what he went through helped him play better.
I caught one, and it was so high, and my dad said up, and then I caught it.
And while Zoya is happy it helped him play better, his dad is just glad Wiles had quick thinking and stepped in to help his son.
As a 16-year-old kid that just had the presence of mind just to do that, and it was pretty special to see. It was pretty cool to see yesterday. So good, he had obviously great parents raising that young man.
It's pretty crazy how that dust devil just whipped up right there, right where the kid was.
I think somebody was maybe transporting there. You know, it looks like, you know, in the Dungeons and Dragons world, a little bit of, I don't know, it looked like a little bit of a spell was happening there.
Oh, maybe. But it helped him play, so.
It helped him play better.
Great.
So probably gave him a shot of adrenaline, you know, kind of gave him a little bit more
Yeah.
acuity. So anyways, we're glad everybody is all right. We'll quick look outside. And folks, we do have a little bit of fog to talk about this morning. And we expect plenty of sunshine today, though, and warm temperatures.